Hey guys, Saki here from sakitech, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the first 26 things to do on your Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. So these are going to be settings that are going to configure your phone so it works for you the way you want it, and also allows you to customize certain aspects of it so it also looks the way you want it to look. So let's dive in and get started right away. By the way, if you want to buy the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, links to buy with the lowest pricing, the best incentives, and the highest trade-in values are going to be down below. So let's dive in. All right, so the very first thing that you want to do is you want to give your phone a unique name. You want to make it yours. So go to the settings, all right, and then scroll down and go over to About Phone right over here, tap on that, and then right over here, tap on Rename. So when you tap on this over here, you can see this is great. You personalize your phone, but also when you connect to other Bluetooth devices or you share with other phones, the name that you choose over here is going to appear for much easy identification. So in my case, I just said Saki26 Ultra. I'm going to tap on Done. So that is the name of my phone. Now, one more interesting fact, if you have the cobalt violet color or a white color, that exact color is also going to show up right here in this graphic. So the color here is going to match the color of your actual phone. So that's fantastic. Number two, you want to make sure that the phone that you just got has a 100% working battery. Otherwise, you want to return that phone if it has a defective battery. So to check the battery status, all you want to do is you want to go into your Samsung Members application, which is going to be pre-installed. So I'm going to launch the Samsung Members application. All right. And then right away, you're going to see that diagnostics menu right over here. And then what you want to do is you want to tap on the diagnostics menu right over here and then go to phone diagnostics. You're going to see this menu. You can ignore most of this menu. Simply go to battery status right here. And you want to make sure it says normal, it says life is good, and the capacity must say 5,000 milliamp hours. Anything that doesn't match this denotes a defective battery, and you want to return that immediately. Okay, that's that. Now next up, let's talk about a powerful new exclusive feature, the privacy display and all its features. So let's go to the settings and go over to the display right over here. And then you want to scroll down, go to privacy display, and normally you can simply turn this on and off. When you turn this on, you get your privacy display. So when somebody's standing next to you and they're looking at your phone from the sideways, they're not able to see what is on your screen. So that's going to give you full coverage. Your entire phone is going to get privatized. Now let's say that you are in an airplane where you're tightly squeezed with people both on the left and the right, and you want to maximize the privacy protection. You turn on the privacy display, and then you turn on maximum privacy protection. Maximum privacy protection gives you additional protection that makes looking at your phone even more difficult. So based on where you are located, you can turn on the maximum, but for the most part, the regular privacy display is going to work perfectly fine. Now, another thing that has to do with the privacy display is the conditions for turning on the privacy display. So if you don't want to use the privacy display all the time because it does slightly reduce the display quality, what you can do is you can enable the conditions for turning it on. So when you launch certain applications like banking applications, social media applications, other private applications like your gallery, you can set it so when you launch those applications, privacy display turns on automatically, and when you exit those applications, privacy display gets disabled automatically. Okay, so all you do is you come here to the apps and you select the option that you want, and you are going to be good to go. So let's say Chase is a banking application. I can turn this on, so when I launch the Chase application, the privacy display turns on automatically. Okay, you can do this for any application you have installed, no problem. And I do highly recommend simply enabling this and this. So basically, if you get a notification pop up, the privacy display is going to privatize the actual notification pop up. Or if you're entering PIN numbers, patterns, passwords to unlock your device, it is also going to privatize the display temporarily until you are able to enter your PIN. Again, nobody's gonna see your PIN or password. Okay, so that's the privacy display, and that's how that works. Fantastic. Now, while we are in the display, very important, guys, scroll down and go to screen resolution. You paid a lot of money for this phone. Make sure you're not stuck at full high definition plus. This might give you slightly more extra battery life, but it's gonna reduce the visual quality. But when you go to QHD plus, number one, you get the sharpest visuals. But also what you don't see is when you tap here, a powerful feature known as ProScaler is enabled. And ProScaler simply makes your display quality far superior to if you were just in FHD+, okay? So ProScaler is an invisible feature that gets activated when you go to QHD+. I highly recommend just staying in QHD+ at all times if you want the maximum visual quality. And I think that's what you want because you paid a lot of money for this phone. And really quickly, while you are here, you can go to font size and style. A lot of people ask me this. You can make the fonts bold. That's going to apply everywhere. So if I go back, you can see I have thin fonts. I don't like that. I like the bold. So when I go back, I can see bolder fonts for everything. And also you can change the size and you can change your font. So you can go to different fonts based on your personal preference. Okay, so that's fantastic. Now, one more thing with the display. We are tweaking this display so it works for you. So you want to scroll down and you want to go to screen mode and just look at the difference. You got the vivid colors that you can customize and you got the natural colors. So just make a choice and stick to that. And you can also change the tone of the vivid from here. You can get slightly warmer tones, or if you want a cooler tone, you can go like that. This all depends on your eye. I like the natural colors. It's nice and easy on the eyes. So I'm going to keep it at that. Now, another thing that's very important, your phone comes with incredible stereo speakers. So you want to make sure you get the best quality with those speakers. So go to the settings and then go over to sounds and vibration, okay? And then scroll down and go to sound quality and effects. And then from here, you do want to make sure you enable Dolby Atmos. That is going to give you a surround sound-like experience with your smartphone. And you can have it on auto, but you can also change it manually from movie, music, voice. So if you are watching a movie, to get the best possible audio for movies, you just go to movie. But if you keep it at auto, most of the time, it does a decent job of auto-selecting movie for movies, music for music, and voice for voice. So make sure Dolby is enabled. And also, you have a built-in equalizer. A lot of people don't know this, but it makes a huge difference if you listen to music a lot. So based on what type of music you're listening to, you can go for smooth, clear, dynamic, treble, whatever you need. And you can also customize it if you are really into these things. Now I can manually customize the quality for just the way I like it. I'm going to go back to balance. It works perfectly fine. But some people are audiophiles, but you have that option right here, customizable equalizer. I also want to show you something very cool with the wallpaper. So when you pinch the screen and you tap on wallpapers, when you go to change wallpapers, you have a bunch of stock wallpapers. And those are these two right here. Let me show you the example with this one. So if I tap on this one, and let's just say for the home screen, I'm going to tap on next. Look at this. I have at the bottom a button I can click that gives me variations. Now, these are not random colors. These colors can match the color of your phone. So if you have a cobalt violet color like I do, I can just stick to this color. If you have a black phone, boom. If you have the blue phone, boom. If you have the white phone, boom. And if you have one of the exclusive colors, the gray or the pink gold, you have that option as well. So you can pick any color that you want that matches up with the color of your phone as a wallpaper. I also want to show you something really incredible. You have two ways on this phone now to create wallpapers using AI, and you can make some amazing wallpapers. Now, first one is the regular feature. You pinch the screen, you go to wallpapers, you tap on change, and at the bottom, you can see you have generative AI wallpapers. So let's look at that really quickly. So if I do this one, from here I can choose pre-selected wallpapers, or I can create something new. So as an example, I'm going to tap on imaginary. I'm going to say I want this to be a building, okay, made of silk, and I want the color to be coral and tan. I would tap on generate, and that would actually create a wallpaper out of thin air using AI. Now, once the wallpaper is available, you're going to see these beautiful options, and you can set the one that you like, or you can generate even more. But this is just one option. The other option, if I go back over here, is this new feature you're going to see only on the S26 series, is the Creative Studio. So when I tap on this one, I can also create a wallpaper that is able to bring my imagination to life, okay? So look at all these examples. These are insanely nice wallpapers you can create with AI, like this one right over here. So that's just one example, but basically I can go back over here and I can tap on create a wallpaper, okay? And from here I can simply describe what I want the wallpaper to be. So I just typed in fast sports car like a Ferrari in red color with ocean background. So I'm gonna tap over here, and I just want to let you know over here I can choose the style. Webtoon style, watercolor, pop art, oil painting, whatever you want to do. So let's do pop art, okay? And then I'm gonna tap on generate, and look at what's gonna happen. That's gonna create a beautiful wallpaper for you guys to be able to use. There you go, okay? Again, you can tweak and customize these by adding additional information over here. But if I tap here, I can see the full wallpaper. I can turn this into a sticker, download this as an image, or even add some text on top of it if I want to, all right? So that's fantastic, new way to create wallpapers. Now, one thing I like to make sure with my smartphones is I want to make sure that they run at optimum performance at all times. So what I do is, look at this. You can normally go to settings and scroll down and go to device care, and there's a button on the top here that allows you to optimize your device. So if I tap on this one, it's going to clean up some background processes, clear up some memory. It's just going to optimize my phone and make it faster and smoother, okay? So I like to do that, but I don't like to come in here every single time to get it done. What I do is I pinch the screen, go to my widgets, scroll down to device care, okay? And I grab the widget that allows me to do that right from my home screen. So I like this one here. I grab this, I put it right there, okay? So now, every time I want to optimize my phone, I just tap over here, and it does exactly what I just did in the background. It says your phone is optimized. So that's great to have and use maybe a couple times a day just to keep that phone running nice and smooth. All right, so next up, let's talk about the camera. There are some very important things in the camera you need to know. So let me launch the camera, and I want to show you guys something very important. So whether you're doing a photo or a video, okay, you want to make sure that you pick the right quality based on occasion. So if I'm in the photo mode, over here on the top, you can see this photo that I take right now is going to be a 12 megapixel photo. If I tap this guy, I can switch to a 50 megapixel, which is going to give me higher quality shots, or I can go to maximum quality, which is a 200 megapixel shot. Now, this would be great if you're taking a photo of a beautiful vista and then you want to actually print that photo later. You want to use 200 megapixel to capture all the details, okay? For everyday shots, for social media, your kids, your pets running around, you can stick to 12 megapixels. 50 megapixel is one step above, and then 200 megapixels is the highest possible quality. So just be aware, your phone does have the 200 megapixel camera, but you do want to make sure you enable it if you want to experience the greatest detail, okay? Same thing with the video. So if I go to my video, I can tap on this button here that says UHD, and that's going to give me all these qualities. So this is 1080p, that's standard quality. This is 4K, which is high quality, and then we have the 8K, which is ultra high quality, okay? So remember to change these settings based on your needs. I do recommend sticking to full high definition at 60 frames per second for the smoothest videos for most occasions. Do not ever go to HD. That's the lowest quality. It's absolutely worthless, okay? So 1080p, 60 is the best, 4K, 60 is the next up, 8K is going to be the highest quality. Most people are not going to need this. So just know how to change those settings before you go and take some photos or videos. Alright, so next up, let's talk about the control center and customizing it. So this here is a control center. Now, very important, if you swipe from the left side, it brings down the notifications panel. If you swipe from the right corner, it brings down the control center, but you can also swipe between them just like this, okay? Just so you know. But basically with the control center, this entire area is fully customizable. So I can tap on edit and you can see I can move these things around as I please. And if I want additional controls, I can tap on add a control and then I can access all these other available options. So as an example, I'm going to grab this guy. I'm going to put it right here, okay? And you can see some of the controls have this white handle that allows you to extend that over, okay? So basically, it's all up to you on how you want to customize this entire region, but you can make it look like this. You can have it and put it over here. You can have this guy and put it on the top over here. These are your quick toggles, and the quick toggles, you can tap on edit to edit the quick toggles separately. So I can remove toggles from here, as you can see, the ones I don't need. So that's going to shrink this. And again, if I want to add something in here, I can go to my controls and I can simply drag and drop it into my quick toggles area. So this quick toggles area is separate from these guys, but you can edit any way that you want. Additionally, I can take this guy and I can put it right over here, and I can even make it like this, okay? So you can change the size of everything and make it look like exactly how you want it to appear, which is great. So I'm going to keep it like that. I'm not doing anything special here. I just want you guys to see that you can fully customize this based on your needs, okay? And one more thing with the control panel is if you're playing music, you're going to see this music controller. And again, this music controller, you can put this anywhere that you want, okay? So you can position this exactly where you want it. If you listen to music all the time, it's just nice to have this controller right here. And this controller also allows you to, by tapping here, change the output. So currently it's using the phone speakers, but I can change the output to any one of my Bluetooth speakers in the house by tapping that media output button. But again, as you can see, you can make it look really nice and really beautiful based on your needs. Guys, one more thing I want to show you guys is an amazing new AI feature in the gallery. It just creates some amazing effects. So I'm going to go to gallery and I'm going to pick up one of my selfies right here. This one, let's do this one, okay? I'm going to tap on the intelligence button, all right? And you have a bunch of options. You can do a lot of stuff here when you tap on style. The one that I want to show you guys is over here at the corner. By the way, if you have portrait shots, you can access portrait settings, as you can see. But I want to do the photo option. I do want to show you the science fiction option. So look at this. If I tap on this one, I can tap on generate. I can do that for any one of these guys here. You can play and enjoy it. But look at this. I'm going to tap on generate and look at what this is going to turn into. It's going to be a beautiful, usable photo with a science fiction background. Look at that. Okay? Again, you can do this for all these options. Let me show you one more example here. Let's do anime. Tap on generate. Now here we go. That's the anime style. But again, this one is my favorite right over here. By the way, after you're done with your sci-fi photo, you simply tap on save a copy, and that goes into your gallery so you can use that later. So you can see I have all these options that I can use, upload, whatever. So that's fantastic little tool. Now, one more thing I'm going to show you guys has to do with the lock screen. There's an amazing effect in the lock screen you're going to love. So you pinch the display, you tap on wallpaper and style, and you tap on the lock screen. Okay, so let me show you what's happening. I'm going to pick a wallpaper that I just downloaded. So I'm going to tap on the recents. I'm going to grab this wallpaper. I'm going to tap on done. Okay, so that's my wallpaper right now. I want you guys to notice what just happened to the clock. So look at this. When I move the clock, it changes its position and adapts to the wallpaper. It is known as the shifting clock. So when you have a wallpaper and you tap on the clock, you are able to pick this option, which is the shifting clock right here, the second in position. So this is just a regular clock. You can do that as well. You can change the size, whatever you want to do. But if you go to the shifting clock, you get that beautiful shifting effect. And the clock basically just changes position and color based on the wallpaper. So when I tap on done, and if I go outside here, look at how nice it looks. So this is the always on display. When I wake it up, boom, beautiful. Okay, possibilities on this thing are in fact endless. Now one more thing you can do with the lock screen is, again, I'm in the lock screen. I just changed my clock to something else, something basic. Okay, so what you can do is at the bottom, at the corner, you are able to add weather effects to your lock screen. So look at this, tap. So let's say it's snowing outside. This is exactly what you'll see in your lock screen. You will see snow, or if it's raining, you'll see rain. If it's sunny, you're going to see a bright sun in the background. If it's foggy, you're going to see fog. So you can add weather effects to your lock screen wallpaper right from here, and then tap on done, and based on the outside conditions, you'll get whatever is out there reflected on your lock screen. Right now, nothing is going on, so that's what I get. All right. Now, one more thing I want to show you guys with the shifting clock is if you pinch the screen, okay, and let's say you have a wallpaper and you're trying to make the shifting clock work with it, but there's not enough space to, maneuver. As you can see, we're not getting too much space. You can tap on the frame option here, and that's going to allow you to frame your photos. So I like this one right here. So I can have this over here, and then I can put the shifting clock, this guy, right over here. I can make it big. And now you can see we have a shifting clock around that circle. So look at that. Okay, so that's a fantastic option. Again, under wallpapers, you are able to tap on the frame, and you can add all these various frames that the shifting clock is able to work with, as you can see, in very unique ways. All right, so that brings us to the end of this video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, do drop them down below. Make sure to stay subscribed for more S26 Ultra coverage to come. Guys, for now, have a fantastic day, all right?